solid scientific facts showing us, hello, Jesus Christ is no liar, folks. Evolutionists. Let's take a look at that evidence from the earth, and let's deal with reality. Let's take a look. Have we been here a long time? I don't think so. You can trust Jesus. How about the evidence of meteor dust? Micrometeors, or meteor dust, folks, is composed of iron, nickel, and silicate compounds, and is continually entering our atmosphere. Okay, pay attention. In fact, it's been measured that the meteor dust is adding 25 tons to the earth daily. No wonder we're gaining weight. You know what I'm saying? Just blame it on the dust. That's a good one. You can pay me later for that one. Okay? But that's happening. We can measure it. It's coming to the earth 25 tons a day. Now, here's the problem, folks. Use your brain that the evolutionists have. If the earth has been here for billions of years, then, folks, the amount of nickel in the ocean from the meteor dust would be massively greater than what we can measure and what we see. The fact is, folks, shocker, there's only enough meteor dust on the earth to account for just a few thousand years of meteor dust influx. It's almost like we haven't been here for very long. Let's take a look at Earth's helium. Nobel Prize medalist and physicist Melvin Cook found that helium-4 enters our atmosphere from solar wind and radioactive decay of uranium. How many guys are so stinking excited that guy did that? Huh? Whoa, what a feat. Well, you should be as a Christian, because it created a problem, folks, for evolutionists. Get this. If the Earth were billions of years old, because of his discovery, it ruined something for me. Our present-day atmosphere should contain 1.4 parts per million of helium, okay? But the facts show the amount of helium-4 in our present-day atmosphere dates the Earth at less than what? Can you say, oops? Less than 10,000 years. It's amazing. How about the Earth's topsoil? Calculations have shown it takes from 300 to 1,000 years to build up just an inch of topsoil. Must be a government job. That's my theory. Who gets to stand around, watch that, and oh, hey, move today, Charlie. You know, but that's a little crone theory. But anyway, pay attention. We can measure that, okay? Here's the problem. The average depth of topsoil throughout the whole world, stop and think about it, folks, it's only 8 inches, which means the Earth can only be a few thousand years old. Where's the rest of the topsoil? We should have tons of it by now, but we don't. How about the Earth's erosion? This is a good point. If the Earth was billions of years old, folks, and erosion has been going on for at least a million years, not billions, but just millions, stop and think about it, folks, with erosion and what it does. How can there still be sharp cliffs, let alone mountains? Stop and think about it. Why hasn't everything gone flat and been washed away if the Earth has been under constant erosion for millions and millions of years, right? Think about it, folks. The fact is, the Earth, if it's really been here for billions of years, get this, the ocean floor would be covered by sediments from land erosion measuring 60 to 100 miles thick. Matt, that would probably be rough on your boat motor. You know what I'm saying? That's my theory. What? 60 to 100 miles thick? Folks, that's huge. There's no way. And all the continents, folks, should be eroded away by now. Should be flat. Instead, we only find a few thousand feet of sediment declaring the Earth has only been here eroding for guess how long? Just a few thousand years, just like Jesus said. How about the ocean salt? This is the same issue. Today's ocean salt is 3.6% salt, and they're getting saltier every day from that erosion, from the mineral salts washing off from the mountains to the land and goes into the ocean. That's where it gets its salt source. Here's the problem, though, folks. For those who want to believe the Earth is billions of years old, there's not enough salt in the oceans. It should be incredibly saltier by now. There's only enough salt for just a few thousand years. Boy, I'm starting to see a pattern here. I don't know about you guys. How about the Earth's oil and gas? Get this, folks. When oil or gas well is tapped, the contents spray high in the sky, as you can see with the picture there, with pressures as great as 20,000 pounds per square inch, or we call it a what? A gusher, okay? Now here's the point with that, folks. Here's the problem. The pressure in modern-day oil and natural gas fields is too high for them to be very old. The pressure should have long since bled off by now, but it hasn't. You guys ever filled up a helium balloon? And it stays afloat under pressure for a while, right? But what happens after a few days? It doesn't take long, and the pressure goes away, right? It just permeates through it. It's the same issue that's going on here with the oil and the gas fields. It should have permeated through the rocks by now if we've been here for billions of years. The fact is, folks, the amount of pressure that we still have and these deep rock formations and entrapped oil shows us they cannot be older than just a few thousand years. And here's an interesting point. For those of you who've been convinced that it takes millions of years to make oil, how many of you guys heard that one? It takes millions of years to make oil? Folks, that's a bunch of baloney. Get this. Not long ago, Canada's Environment Minister, Tom McMillan, announced a $196 million project, get this, to build a commercial-scale plant which would use heat to turn 500,000 tons of sewage into 700,000 barrels of oil. How long did it take? Millions of years? Billions of years? It took 30 minutes. To make oil from sewage. Here's the point biblically. One of these days we might get to the evidence for a worldwide flood. Hey, can you imagine the amount of heat and pressure that would turn all the sewage and floating mass of trees and land masses if the world was covered, in fact, with water throughout the whole earth to the highest mountains? Do you realize what heat and pressure that would do? Why, by cracky, if that were true, it would create oil just like that all over the planet. Hey, that's kind of what we see, isn't it? Interesting. I don't know. But hey, how about the Earth's magnetic field? This is hilarious. The Earth's magnetic field has been measured since 1835, and it's growing weaker, which means it used to be stronger. You guys are on the ball, okay? Here's the problem the evolutionists have, though, folks. If we extrapolate backwards just to 20,000 years ago, not 20 million, not 20 billion, 20,000 years ago, the heat produced by the magnetic field would have liquefied the Earth. How many guys would say that'd ruin your plans for today? Okay? Get this, that's just 20,000 years ago. And 1,000,000 years ago, folks, get this, the magnetic field would have been so strong, it would have vaporized our planet. Therefore, based on the magnetic field, folks, we know the Earth has to be still quite young. But that's not all. This is funny. The Earth's spinning rate. Folks, the Earth's spin is slowing down at a rate of 1/3 of a second every year, which means it used to be spinning faster. You're getting on the ball there, okay? And that's why we have leap year, leap seconds to keep up, because the Earth is slowing down. But it used to be spinning faster. Now stop and think about it, folks. Here's the problem. If we extrapolate back billions of years, get this, man. The Earth, according to evolution anyway, would be spinning so fast, folks, that centrifugal force would have pulled the land masses to the equator. It would have drawn them out to a height of over 40 miles, okay, pushed the oceans to the poles, and the overall shape of the Earth would have changed from a sphere to as flat as a pancake. How many guys would say that would really mess up your plans for this afternoon? You know what I'm saying? Give me a break, folks. In fact, folks, some feel that this might be another valid theory as to what happened to the dinosaurs. Stop and think of it, folks. Apparently, according to evolution anyway, the Earth got spinning so fast millions of years ago, the dinosaurs just flew right off. Pew! Hey, if you're going to make up a story, apparently I get to make up one too. What? Stop and think about it. Folks, I don't know about you, but I'd say those scientific facts about the Earth, they're not just interesting, man. They're pretty hard on the evolutionary theory, right? And folks, my point is this. You've got to keep in mind, this is the Achilles heel of evolution. They've got to have vast amounts of time in order for you and I to fall for their fairy tale. Without tons of time, folks, the whole theory falls flat on its face. And remember, folks, it just takes just one of these facts to ruin the whole theory. Therefore, in light of the evidence, I don't know about you, I'd say somebody better get into a theory. You might want to listen to Jesus. Hello, he's trustworthy. But you might be thinking, hey, Pastor Billy, I still got a problem with this because you're putting me into this like wacky conspiracy position here. Because this stuff's all over the universities, it's all over the schools, it's all over the TV and the media stuff. There's just no way, okay, maybe they got this universe thing wrong, and we'll give them a break. And they got this space thing wrong, and boy, they got the Earth thing wrong too. But I'm sure these guys have got a logical reason for being this far off. I mean, surely, Bill, they're using their brains on this one, right? Am I setting you up again? Yes, thank you, you're learning the pattern. Okay, well, hey, folks, once again, I'll tell you what. You be the judge. Let's take a look at some logical facts. Use your brains this morning, and you tell me, folks, if we've really been around for millions and billions of years. I don't know. Folks, it's very interesting. How about the history of man? The written history of man, folks, only dates back to how long ago? 5,000 years. Shocker. Here's the question, folks. If man's been here for millions of years, why aren't there any records anywhere on the earth longer of man's existence? You'd think we'd find one. But that's very interesting. But not just man's history. How about the writing of man? The oldest writing of man is, how long ago? 5,000 years ago. It's very interesting. So the question is, if we've been here for millions of years, why don't we have evidence of older writing? And also keep in mind, a little sub-note here, folks, when they find evidence of writing, it's fully formed, fully functioning. It's not some apes accidentally brushing up against a clay tablet and making form. Are you kidding me? It's fully formed. Right? And again, that agrees with the biblical account. But that's how about this is hilarious, folks. There's no way we've been here for millions and billions of years. Listen to this. The population of man, starting with 8 people, okay, and applying modern growth rates since the flood of Noah, there's 8 people that survived. We should have, right, and this calculates disease, war, famine, it adds all that figure in there. We should have a total human population of about 6 billion people given or so. Hey, Dr. Bob, that's exactly about what we got, isn't it? That's kind of interesting. Now, folks, here's the problem with the evolutionary timescale. Runs into the major problem. Starting with just one couple, not 8 people, just one couple, just 41,000 years ago. Not 1 million, not 2 million. Just 41,000 years ago, taking into wars and all that stuff, the population on Earth by now, folks, would be 2 to 10 to the 89th power. Pay attention, I'll spell it out for you. This number is so great, folks, there would not be enough space in the universe to hold that many bodies. How many guys would say it's a little crowded? Okay? Folks, stop and think about it. There's no way we've been here that long. How about the age of the Sahara? The Sahara Desert is expanding and has been calculated to be about 4,000 years old. Which just happens to be about the time of Noah's flood, when, if that really did happen, then it would have to start from fresh. It's very interesting. Here's the point, folks. If the Earth is billions of years old, why isn't the Sahara Desert larger by now? If we've been here, it should be extremely large in time scale, but it's not. Hey, how about the age of the coral reef? The oldest known coral formation is 4,200 years old, which is, again, right about the time of Noah's flood. Hey, if the Earth's been here for billions of years, why are there coral reefs older than 4,200 years old? You think you'd find one. But we don't. How about the age of trees? The oldest known tree is the bristlecone pine tree, about 4,300 years old, which again is right about the time of Noah's flood, when if that happened, then the trees would have to start from that point and grow. And well, that's very interesting. Hey, folks, if we've been here for billions of years, why aren't there any trees older than 4,300 years? Not even one? How about the age of the Bible, folks? The Bible records for you and I a creation date of approximately 6,000 years ago. As we've seen, scientific facts and logic point towards the same dates. Could it be the Bible's right after all? I mean, isn't that logical? Folks, once again, I don't know about you, but these evidence, the scientific facts of logic, they're not just interesting, they are hard on the evolutionary theory. And again, folks, this is the Achilles heel of evolution. They've got to have vast amounts of time for the whole thing to work, but it doesn't work. It falls flat on its face. But you might be thinking, Pastor Billy, I know you're really getting me going here. I didn't even read this stuff on the back of a Cheerios box ever. This is exciting information, but you're putting me in a conundrum here, Pastor Billy. How many of you guys know what that word is? I don't either, so join the crowd. Sounds cool.